This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details. Oh.
We are back for the 4 o'clock hour that will include a visit much later in it with Ben Lieber. If you happen to be hanging around downtown Minneapolis today and you run into a very serious-looking, focused young man that, quite frankly, might be reading from a basketball textbook.
Yeah.
Even though he knows so much anyway, he could write one.
Right, or writing his own.
Will you tap him on the shoulder politely and say, the bumper-to-bumper program is looking for you, sir? My sources say Tibbs is in town visiting. He visited Wolves practice when they were on the West Coast.
That's right.
He's apparently visiting them today. And I've texted him a couple times. So far, I haven't gotten anywhere.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah, that's true. Hoping that maybe he, called the hotline or perished the thought actually even come in because it's not that far. We're not that far from downtown Minneapolis. But, if maybe you can help us out. Also, I believe, you reminded me of this, that SiriusXM NBA morning co-host, well, actually both of them, Frank Isola and Brian Scalabrine, are in town. I think they are in town. They're doing the tours where they then tape interviews for preview purposes and so forth.
Yep.
So again, for people who pay attention to the show, Mitch Lawrence has reminded me several times that I'm probably still dead to Frank Isola because I had the audacity to not be available. I was on a plane.
Right.
In the Pacific when he wanted me on at the, what was the story then? It was about...
It was the ownership stuff.
Ownership stuff. Yeah, falling apart.
Yeah.
The battle between the two parties. And I've DM'd him, have also not received a response yet. So if you run into Isola, same thing, tap him on the shoulder.
They might be using our Skyway cage, too.
Oh, they were... Isola was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Or yesterday. I'm pretty sure that's true. So
you should have found a way to make it work on the plane. Ask the pilot. There's some things that are just big.
We should have diverted.
Well, just say, do you have a hard line here in the cockpit?
Hop on
good. Sirius NBA good. Radio 86.
Literally has not responded.
Do
ever
better.
Since. Yeah, do better, Dan. So I'm not optimistic that I'm going to get. I am kind of curious to see if I get any kind of response so far.
Isn't Sam Mitchell coming to town or in town?
Mitchell, I'm all confused because I thought he was coming in to be a part of the Sirius XM NBA thing Saturday.
He might be NBA TV, though.
Oh, that's possible, yeah.
Because he works for them as well, right?
That's true.
Mitchell's got a lot of gigs.
That's true.
So he might have been NBA TV.
When I texted him, he said, I haven't even booked my flight yet, and I never got back to him. I almost forgot that he was, so my guess is he's gone by now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
You know what's great, though?
So I don't know. What's that?
We're a week and change from basketball season.
Don't say that. It's just going to get Fallness upset again.
All we could do is talk about the great performance by the kid goaltender last night. A nice victory. They played a night against Dallas. Yeah. Let's see. But my point is, all those people that you just mentioned, some of them are friends of the show. Some of them aren't so much anymore. But we get to start mixing them back in.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a wonderful time of year.
Yeah.
We've got Louis coming up at 5:30. It's great.
On a production meeting, I think I don't know if I mentioned this to you off air the other day, but part of your job moving forward when it comes to professional NBA pro basketball related guests is to get us an occasional audience with the Indiana University assistant coach. I should say he's Micah. Exactly.
I'll get Micah Nori. Yeah.
We've got to try. He's a busy man.
Sure.
I don't want to be too demanding.
Let's do it.
But it makes no sense Because, I mean, again, the head coach is kind of been PA's guy. We've respected that. But we got to get, and, we get Tim Conley occasionally, but that's not that often.
Right.
Mike is not shy. And we should take full advantage of that from time to time.
Good reminder. We'll get it done.
Just see if we can get that done at some point or other. And there's no deadline on it, but I think it's I'd say it's pretty important to do. Yeah, I'm not. So on Tibbs, I'm not holding out much hope, but maybe he'll surprise us. It's hard to say. I mean, we had a good working relationship with him. The problem in all honesty, with Tibbs is I don't think he has surfaced anywhere. I don't think he's done any New York media.
Right.
So he tends to be that way, where he doesn't mean that much to him, and he tries to stay private. So that may be part of what we're fighting too. Is, well, if he hasn't talked to anybody else, why is he going to talk to us? Even if we've had a good relationship with him over the years, that might be working against us too.
Better chance this week we get Tibbs, Isola, or Signetti. Let's just start naming guests we want to have on, and see if any of them ever happen. Well, I think Isola is less likely than Sig. I think I go Tibbs.
You might be right.
Sig.
You might be right.
Isola.
Yeah, that's
my guess.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Dan, thought you might want Paul McCartney, who usually walks around the Twin Cities. When's he coming back?
He's in town Friday. That's gone nowhere.
Oh, that's
you don't even want to know the things I've tried
Seriously?
to do. Yeah, management company.
It's been disastrous.
Not disastrous,
so they just ignore all the requests.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Tickets are available, by the way. I don't know how to break it to Sir Paul. I mean, he could probably sell a couple more.
Oh, that's funny. Where is he at the formerly known as X? Where is he?
No, he's at the People's.
Oh, that's right. People's Stadium this time. That's right.
He's at the People's Stadium.
Oh, so there are tickets available?
There's tickets available. Yeah, we could probably help him sell a section or two.
That's very interesting. I did not realize that. A-Rod in studio again would be cool. That's not a bad thought as we get closer.
That'll probably happen.
I'm hoping it does as we get either closer to the season, which is now not that far off, or even into the early part of the regular season. That went pretty well last time and would be worth it. If the NBA is done with Tibbs, how about him for the next Twins manager? Those appalled by his hair wouldn't have to worry anymore since he's wearing the ball cap. Who's appalled by his hair?
Well, maybe he's just saying those that are.
Oh, those that are.
I don't know. Maybe there's a Tibbs hair community.
Yeah,
I have no problem with
it. Maybe there's something to that. I don't know. Well, if McCartney is walking around, it ain't going to be till. You said he's here Friday night?
Yeah, he's probably not in town now.
So he's opposite
Gophers, Nebraska. Yeah. Multiple Gopher staffers just bitter.
I don't blame them.
Because they wanted to go.
Odds?
I know.
Did this become a Friday night game recently, or was it set a long time ago? Gophers, Nebraska.
It was probably set a while ago. I don't remember specifically. When the schedule came out, which would have been spring probably. I'm sure it was set then.
A couple people have said I'd trade them all for KG for big ticket.
I think we have a good chance at that.
When
he comes in,
I'd like to think we do, but again, just depends on it. A lot of it, I think people are going to help us with that, but in the end, he still has to agree to it.
That's right,
and he's tough. Now, the hope is that with the thaw, he's like, okay, I'll do everything. What the hell? I'll do whatever you guys need me to do.
Right.
That he'll be so thrilled to finally be back in the fold, and he's going to be properly saluted.
Yep.
Are we doing a statue for KG?
I don't know. They probably should.
We should do a KG statue.
Don't you think? Yeah.
Let's get that commissioned. Is the Mikan statue still in the atrium?
Yes. Right by Lifetime.
Is that all we have?
We have
in the atrium in terms of statues?
I think statues, that's all we have.
Yeah, well then in
the atrium. The Sid statue's outside.
It's probably too late. Well, depending on when they're going to bring them back, it might be because those statues are hard to do in 15 minutes, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
To do well.
Right.
You got to give people. What's the average for like a sports statue? What's the average amount of time that the sculptor requires to have?
We'll have to look it up.
Is it a year? Is it 6 months? Is it 3 weeks?
I bet it's shorter than you think.
Really?
Yeah. With technology these days.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I'm sure they can figure it out.
Yes, it's possible. How about bonus bucks?
The Fan and 2 men and a junk truck want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks. It is our national cash contest. You can enter the keyword bills at KFAN.com. That's your shot at winning. Go to KFAN.com and enter the keyword bills.
Ben Lieber will join later this hour. Bumper Bumper Show. If you have something stuck in your craw, hit the Bradshaw and Brian KFAN text line 64686. How about your guy, Bijan Robinson, in the first of the doubleheader games on Monday Night Football last night? He was absurd. I think it was 170 yards. Was that his total yardage or just rushing? He was spectacular, which he is. And who's the Bears running back? It's Swift, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people thought he was done. You know, he'd been good in Philly. Detroit liked him, but then didn't enough to keep him. They went a different direction at running back and have not looked back. He looked rejuvenated last night. I don't know. Maybe it was just, one of those days where everything's going your way and you take full advantage of it. Maybe the line was doing a good job, but Bijan Robinson's tough to, although the guy coming in here, is it Saquon Barkley?
Yeah. He's good, too, though this year has not been as explosive.
No, I'm trying to figure out, and that's what the Eagles are trying to figure out.
Yes.
Is it something that they're not blocking for him the same way? Is it they're not utilizing him the same way? That's why this is such a test case on Sunday, because you have to believe the Eagles are going to make it a priority to involve him. And by the way, he's versatile enough that you can involve him in the passing game too.
Like Bijan Robinson, by the way, it was 19 carries, 170 rushing yards last night, 8.9 average, and a tutty, 81-yard run too, by the way. And then he had 6 catches.
Swift had, I think, a 50-yard touchdown catch where same thing, sideline, just like Bijan, the other sideline. He breaks a tackle, looks like he's going to go out of bounds, stays in bounds, goes the rest of the distance.
And he's loose.
As we like to say in the business. A couple of nuggets to get to. It's not really a news on the march, because one of them I wouldn't put into the classification of news at all. Did you see that Pete Hegseth's knickers are in a bunch? He's all upset with the media and has rewritten all the rules.
Right.
Regarding those cheating jackals, always trying to
get the story,
steal secrets, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the Pentagon security stuff.
The tweet from him, this is from a couple of, what's today, the 15th? 14th, so this is from yesterday. Pentagon access is a privilege, not a right. So here is Department of War press credentialing for dummies. Get it? Get it? Press no longer roams free. Press must wear visible badge. Credentialed press no longer permitted to solicit criminal acts. I kind of, on the third one, understand his frustration. I think Hegseth, he wants to be the one to commit the criminal acts via signal. If it's like, no, let me. I don't want to share in letting anybody else commit any of the criminal acts. I would rather be associated with some of those acts. Because have we ever gotten to the bottom of the... not that we're going to get any kind of honest appraisal of the whole Signal chat controversy where he was letting out all kinds of information that had no business being there.
I don't think... that was the bottom,
Did any of the commanders he had them all in from all over the world? Did any of the commanders, after he gave his patent speech that nobody took seriously, did any of those folks raise their hand and say,
by the way,
Secretary, by the way, how's that Signal chat thing going? Hadn't come to any.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I don't think that came up publicly.
It would. I read often a publication I've mentioned. I quote from time to time called The Week, which it bills itself as the best of the U.S. and international media. It's a distillation of issues of the day and the way various media outlets across the board, politically speaking, cover them, etc. Sometimes it's hard news. Sometimes it's pop culture stuff. Sometimes it's the arts. it's actually a little of all of those things. And they have a subsection, Guardsy, called Only in America. And the premise is sort of like, oh, God, only in America could something like this happen.
Are we getting Dairyland diaried as a country?
Well, to a certain extent, yes. But I'm not sure I accept their premise about this one. That's why I want to run it by you. Let me read it. A judge has dismissed a class action lawsuit because you immediately say lawsuit. Okay, everybody's litigious society. Everybody's suing everybody. In most of the cases, they're a waste of time. So you usually applaud when a judge dismisses a case like this. It's against Hershey over the packaging of its Halloween candy. The lawsuit focused on products including Reese's Peanut Butter Pumpkins.
Okay.
And Reese's White Ghost, whose wrappers depict candies with spooky facial features that do not appear on the candy itself. U.S. District Judge Melissa Damian did acknowledge the potential for disappointment, but rules that the faceless candies are not so flawed as to render them worthless. I'm not sure I agree with the judge. What about truth in advertising?
Right.
Because doesn't this tell you that the company obviously thinks it's going to make more money presenting something that's a lie.
Right, that looks like something spooky. That looks like
something spooky that doesn't exist inside the candy. So I'm saying in this case, I'm not sure I would view this as only in America or that it's worthy of mocking and ridicule. I wouldn't put it at the top of the list about what's going on right now, but I'm just saying.
They should have had like the victim impact statements, the testimony. They should have lined up a bunch of kids to testify about how disappointed they were when they opened up the Reese's Pumpkins.
Devastated.
And they didn't have the sad or the scary faces. Because I could see my kids doing that. First of all, I could see my kids arguing at Target or Cub.
Traumatized, I should say.
Yes, to try to get those because they want to see the scary pumpkins for the Reese's. Because the Reese's, to me, peanut butter cup is like top 3 candy of all time. Reese's Easter egg, probably number 1. Don't ask me why. I think it just tastes better.
Really?
Oh, so good.
See, I don't like any of these.
Yeah, so you don't like sweets. You're salts.
I like some. I like the chunky, and I like Hershey bar with almonds.
Yeah.
That's it.
Also good.
Yeah.
But to me, the Reese's egg is phenomenal.
Really?
And the Reese's pumpkin, I think they do Christmas trees as well.
Of course they do.
Have been very, very good. But I can envision my children wanting to see the scary jack-o'-lantern pumpkin thing and then being disappointed when they didn't get it. So I think they should have had some kids testify. It might have swayed the judge.
Might have made a difference. You're right. I don't know how well argued that case was. That's one of the questions. Also, the other item in this particular edition of Only in America, see what you think of this one. An Ohio lawmaker has introduced a bill that would ban marriage between humans and AI chatbots. GOP State Representative Thad Claggett
Are you nuts?
says he's alarmed by the pace of AI progress and worries that Ohioans in the near future might claim that this machine is their spouse and granted control of their finances and power of attorney. Such assets, he says, and decisions must never be transferred into the world of machines. Astute or asinine?
That's all. I'm done.
I think if someone is dumb enough to marry AI, I think
they get what they deserve.
I think you got to let them.
But here's the thing I don't understand. So if you grant control to the machine, what can a machine exactly? Can a machine invest it? Can AI
probably
invest it in a 401k or like a CD, a certificate of deposit, something
probably,
like that?
Yeah, they probably know what to do with it. Yeah.
My concern would then be obviously, well, who's the AI affiliated with?
Right.
That might be another way for people. So I'm not sure this is that asinine either. But I'm not a great AI mind. I'll leave that to others in our audience who are. A lot of text coming in on both these controversies. We'll pass those along to you, and then we'll prepare for Nacho Lieber. And Louie will join at about 5:30. Wild basically saved themselves from calamity last night. We'll talk about that and the road trip that he is a part of. He's going to be doing several TV games coming up very quickly.
Good.
That's the
because the road trip starts tonight. They're in Dallas a little bit later tonight.
In Dallas. I don't think he's doing this game, but I think he's doing several others after this. What is this about? Mike from Plymouth texted about. Well, actually, this wasn't long ago. I thought it was much earlier in the show. Maybe he's retexted it. He now lives in South Florida. Used to live in Plymouth, he says. Can you please confirm the video shown on Twitter from earlier today of a Southwest Light Rail test train going through the West 21st Street station and the nearby tunnel that the video is real? And if it is real, is it true that this line will still not be fully operational for another 18 months? If yes, would you please add this to your calendar of calamity? Is there some viral video that's shown up today, and is it real or is it AI generated? Have you seen or heard anything about this?
I haven't. I'll do a Google.
Somebody might and let us know. Well, Southwest Light Rail, we know. I mean, we've done the requisite jokes on it as well. We've talked about it with Kessler. We're not close to being on time, and the price tag keeps going up. Correct? It's continually gone up
in the billions.
With I don't think any end in real sight. So, if anybody can shed any light on that issue, please let us know via the Bradshaw and Bryant KFAN text line.
They are starting to test trains along the tracks. I'm looking at a Fox 9 story right now.
Okay. Huh.
I don't think they're going like point A to point B, all the way from Eden Prairie to downtown, but looks like they're testing it. Wow.
701 guy is back with this non sequitur of the day. During the Sports Abyss, the Bumper to Bumper program tackled the subject of dropping dog poop in other people's garbage cans.
Sure did.
During the deep dive into poop protocol, the topic came up of bagging the poop when outbound on the walk and then picking up the bag on the way home. Guardsy had a throwaway line about putting an air tag on those poop bags. Now, every time I see a bag on the side of a trail, I say to myself, I hope they air tag that. Thank you for the gift. It keeps on giving. Hopefully you can address these controversial topics again when the Abyss returns. We don't even really need the Abyss to return. We don't generally feel like we're obligated to wait that long. It might take a little longer, but a couple of things we brought up today, I wouldn't say, well, the Hegseth cheap shot, I had to get in. But there are a couple of them that really we could have brought up at any time, and certainly we're not of the urgent category, I would say. But they're still fun. I think they offer a little bit of an escape every once in a while from the harder stuff where you go, my God, are we really going down this road, or how long are we going to stay down this road, that kind of thing? Do you remember saying that about the air tags?
I think I do.
I don't even remember you saying it, but that doesn't mean anything because my memory's not very good.
Well, mine's not either on stuff that we say during the show.
Yeah.
Because we talk for 3.5 hours, so it's hard to remember every gem like that. It's hard to remember every gem like that we say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember something along those lines.
Banker Steve writes, AI would not be able to open an account without a failure of regulatory procedures by the bank. And, of course, that rarely happens.
Never happens.
Never had that happen, have we?
Wrong? No. They're locked in.
The Reese's Holiday Peanut Butter Cups that are shaped like eggs, trees, etc., taste better for two reasons.
Okay, I'm listening.
They have more PB filling than regular cups. More PB to chocolate ratio.
Okay.
And the filling is not exactly the same recipe as regular cups because they need to hold the shape of the candy. So the filling is made a little different. I used to know someone who worked for Hershey's. That's from...
I trust them.
507.
I trust 507.
Guy.
They do taste better. Regular cups are outstanding. I do like them.
Yeah.
But Maybe it's the texture too. There's no grooves in the eggs.
Well, I this is an old story that I have kind of given up on, but I continue to be devastated that the baked ruffle, plain flavor, baked ruffle, has never come back. It's never returned, and I'll say again that in that case, the texture of the chip makes the flavor to me vastly superior to the baked Lay's regular potato chip, right? Without the ridges.
Yeah.
Everything to me about it screams this is a potato chip, even though it's baked. The baked regular Lay's, I'm eating a baked Lay chip.
Yeah.
I'm eating a baked chip. I don't want to feel that. I want to be able with a straight face to kind of deceive myself and lie to myself and say, well, no, deep down you are eating a baked chip, but it's a ruffle and it tastes different. It feels different. But we've never been able to get to the bottom of why that chip is gone. We do know it exists with sour cream and some other flavor.
Yep.
And then I think there's 2 baked ruffle chips that are still available that are both flavors. I don't want the flavors. So I don't know.
Unfortunately, I think for you were in the minority and they just made a business decision and said, we're not selling enough of these.
Yeah, I guess that must be. The
one guy in Minnesota that's buying us every week isn't sustaining the business.
Japan requires advertisers to print accurate photos of the product on the label. Is that too much for us to ask?
I think it is.
What level is Candy's face's disappointment on the meat thickness scale? Well, this one's yours. But you're disappointed, right? I guess he's talking about the story I brought up.
I could see people being disappointed. I could see people being upset and frustrated by that.
People are struggling to pay bills and for healthcare, Dan. I don't think false advertising is at the top of the issues list. Well, it probably wouldn't be.
Thank you.
Thanks for that clarification.
Yes.
But
we're setting us straight.
It still raises some interesting questions, philosophically speaking, about, what's fair game and what isn't. And I tend to feel that we're way too liberal with what we allow in that regard. When it's close enough, it's what the hell is, this same thing. Like, well, there's bigger fish to fry, bigger problems. If it's deceptive, it's just sort of kind of deceptive. So go ahead. Do I break here?
You do.
We do. We'll break here because we've got Ben Lieber coming up, usually after a Vikings game, but it's bye week. So we'll catch up with him, get his view of the NFC North as it stands now, and his view of Vikings-Eagles. What he is concerned about going into this game or how encouraged he might be given the fact that the Eagles have looked as vulnerable as they have. If you have questions for Nacho, Bradshaw and Brian KFAN text line, 646-86.